So in this video, I will be talking about 5 things that I don't like about the Sony ZV-E10. This may or may not be a deal breaker for some of you. So the camera tends to overheat very quickly when filming in 4K. So just to give you an idea, the talking head part in my previous video was recorded in 4 separate parts. So that means that I encountered the overheating problem 3 times during that recording session. And that recording session was under 1 hour. So the ambient temperature while I'm recording is around 32 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but I'll just show it on screen. So if you're planning on using this camera for professional work, you might run into some problems with that. So imagine filming an interview and asking the interviewee to stop for a while because you can't record because your camera is overheating. That could be a little embarrassing. Well, to be fair, my camera was plugged into my computer while recording, so I don't know how much that affects things, but I'm just letting you know how I was using it. So I know a lot of other YouTubers have already talked about Sony's old menu system, but unfortunately, the Sony ZV-E10 uses that system, so we just have to deal with it. It's not impossible to use, but it's a bit fiddly. And the third thing I don't like about this camera doesn't help that case either. So Canon cameras at the same price point allow you to control the menu system, to control the camera using the touchscreen. The Sony ZV-E10, however, does not. So you just have to push so many buttons, have to push them so many times to get to where you want to go in the menu system. Not that big of a deal, but coming from using a Canon camera, it sucks. Number 4 is terrible rolling shutter and very shaky handled footage. So in my previous video, I complimented the Sony ZV-E10 for stable footage. So I'm not gonna repeat everything I said there, you can just watch it, but basically, you can get very stable footage from this camera in post-production. But if you do not wish to do all the extra steps, wait for the processing times for the stabilization, this is a downside. You can use the electronic active image stabilization, but it has its cons like cropping in too much into the video, or if you have the budget for it, you could use a stabilized lens to lessen the micro jitters of your hand when filming with this camera. And number 5, there's no viewfinder. So actually, I'm just kind of shooting myself in the foot here. I already knew that there was no viewfinder on this camera even before buying it. And to be honest, that's kind of a good thing to keep the camera's footprint smaller. So why am I complaining about this now? Well, when I was shopping around for a new camera, I was thinking that I would be using it primarily for travel vlogging, so I don't really need the viewfinder. But then there was a day when I went out with my nephew and I just wanted to take photos of him while he was running around, and having a viewfinder would have actually made taking photos of a little kid running around much more easier and much less prone to missing quick moments. Actually, it's not a deal breaker for me for my primary case use for travel vlogging or shooting talking head videos like this. It works fine. It's not that big of a deal. And that's it. If you like this video, please give this a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So what do you think about these cons? Let me know in the comments. So this is RP Gutierrez, your Nomadic filmmaker. I'll see you again in another video. Bye.